How are you treating your teeth? If you're like most of us, you probably have some harmful habits that could push your pearly whites to their breaking point. Dentist Steve Marsh is here to help us defy these dental dilemmas.
Hi, Lori.
Welcome back.
Thanks.
So we're not talking today about sugars and eating too much or brushing your teeth twice a day, and all those things are important. But we're talking about ways we use our teeth that could be a problem, like tearing a bag of chips open with your teeth.
Well, it's funny, tearing your bag open with your teeth isn't so terrible. One of the things that happens as we mature, get older, is our teeth start to thin because they've been working for 60, 70 years. So that can present a problem. Sometimes you can bite into something, you hit your teeth with a fork, that can be a problem. People who go into nursing care or even at home can trip and fall and break their teeth. So all those things can be a problem.
Okay, are there any foods that present a specific problem?
Well, I can tell you, Lori, at least once a month, somebody will come in and they'll tell me they bit down on an almond, they broke a tooth. Popcorn kernels.
Ooh, those are
hard.
Yeah,
that may be twice a month. Ice. People who chew ice can break a tooth. And one of the reasons that happens, Lori, as we get older is we've had a lot of fillings over the years with silver fillings. Silver fills the hole in, but it doesn't bond to the tooth. One of the things that we show right here is a patient who has an older silver filling, and if you look at it over the years, it's worn down a little bit, it's cracked, and you can actually see a fracture in the tooth. In the after picture, you can see we've replaced that silver filling with a composite. One of the advantages of the composites, besides looking a lot better, is it actually bonds to the walls of the tooth, so it strengthens it. But most of our viewers are people who have had a lot of silver fillings many years ago when they were done. And if they bite into something, that silver can act as a wedge and break off a part of the tooth.
Oof. So any other habits that are harmful?
Well, a lot of times people have problems with grinding because of stress. Sometimes it's sleep apnea. And that really wears teeth down, and we have some pictures to show how bad it can get. This is a patient who came to me. He had two problems. One, he was in a stressful job, and he also had sleep problems. And he had sleep apnea, and he ground those teeth back and forth. So here's a man about my age, and you can see they've also darkened. He had some problems with that. And he said, Steve, I can't live like this anymore. I see people all the time. What we ended up doing, Lori, was we made him porcelain veneers in the front or anterior section, and you can see this is his mouth. Both after pictures of all porcelain building up the teeth with crowns. Again, today we use porcelains. They're very strong. We don't have to use those metals, so you don't see any lines, and it gives him a beautiful restoration. Now, I will caution you that at the end, we made him a night guard for sleeping, a soft one, so he's not grinding his teeth, and during the day, we asked him to wear it too, to protect those teeth from wearing down as well.
Wow, okay. So yeah, no sense in fixing it if it's all going to go away again. So we need to try to break these habits. So what can you do if we've already caused the damage?
The first thing you have to do is call your dentist right away. This is a patient of mine who was walking down the steps. It happened to be marble steps. She tripped at the bottom and fractured the tooth. Now, on an immediate basis, she called me, I said, come right in. We got her in. And what you see, Lori, in the after picture is what we call bonding. We've talked about that with viewers before. We used some composite to get her that restoration. I've also cautioned her to be careful, so she walked out. That's 45 minutes later. In the future, we may look at doing a veneer or a porcelain crown, but that's what she looked like. This is a young girl who was in a very terrible accident. She was actually horsing around, fell on her front teeth. You can actually see the stabilization. Those are not braces, but literally a stabilization of those teeth so they wouldn't loosen any more than they had. And then ultimately, we came back with porcelain veneers and crowns, splintered them together to give her the protection she needed. So whatever kind of accident, it's important that you address it as soon as you can.
It's fixable. So it's time to break those bad habits and not your teeth. For help, give Steve a call. His number is next.
See what Dr. Stephen Marsh can do for your smile by calling 440-461-1003 or visit www.clevelandsmiles.com. Next, something wicked this way came.